Kim Kardashian, all in on feminism. She's trying to make a transition into Hollywood and acting, but she's betting the bank on feminism. Let's get into the first article here.
So from Deadline, Kim Kardashian eyed to star in Bratz movie at Amazon MGM Studios, MGA Entertainment, and Picture start producing.
Okay, and maybe before we get into this article specifically, we're going to go into 3 articles, maybe 4, that highlight what her movie selection choices are. The first one is Bratz, and that kind of makes sense because people have always said she looks like the dolls with all the surgery and her lips on her face. She had a bigger badunky dunk, but other than that, she is a real fit for these Bratz dolls. The thing is, she's not playing the actual doll, she's playing the villain of the movie. Okay, let's go a little bit into the article here.
So after a competitive bidding battle, Amazon MGM Studios has landed the package for a live-action movie revolving around the Bratz doll line, with Kim Kardashian and Picture Start on board to produce. Charlie Pollinger and Lucy McKendrick are writing the script, and while a deal is not closed, sources say Kardashian is being eyed to play the villain in the project.
Okay, let's pause it right there for a sec. She's going to be one of the producers on this film, acting in this film, so they're really trying to bring her fan base to hopefully snowball this thing into getting some media publicity. Once we see the other selections of her films, it really looks like this is feminism geared towards children. She's made a career on her looks, and now that she's entering the second half of her life, I think she realizes her looks are going to be quickly fading. I thought she was going to go into lawyering because she did finish her degree, but it looks now like she wants to transition into Hollywood. I think she knows men aren't going to follow her because her looks are fading, so she's betting on women and feminism. The problem with that is there's a transition culturally happening right now. We've seen what happened to Ballerina, which was a good movie, yet fans rejected it because of the girl boss narrative and things like that. Also, Jurassic Park is starting to have rumors of cancellation because it's another potential girl boss movie. Okay, let's go a little bit more into this article so we can learn about the movie, and then we'll go into her second role that she's chosen for herself.
So it says, given all the parties involved, along with the global popularity of the toy line, the package saw plenty of interest. But given the strong ties Kardashian and the studio already have, it makes sense the project ended up at Amazon MGM. Last year, the studio won an auction for an untitled thriller with Kardashian set to star. Following the success of the Barbie movie in 2023, studios have been on the lookout for iconic toys that could have similar pop on the big screen.
Okay, one moment. Yeah, and now they're bringing up Barbie, like a Bratz doll is a Barbie doll. Barbie is iconic, intergenerational. Bratz, there's a couple generations that know it. It is not huge. I expect this movie to probably flop, maybe have backlash based on Kim Kardashian's direction of her career. She seems to be uncancelable, at least early in her career. It looks like she's lining up for a major cancellation, maybe after Pedro Pascal. She's the next in line, perhaps.
And also, Bratz dolls, yes, they're a lot newer, and at the same time, they always had a different audience for girls, and they weren't as well liked by parents because of how they look.
Well, and they've kind of fallen off. I mean, I remember when Bratz dolls came up, not that I was buying or playing with Bratz dolls at all, but they were all over the media. They were all over commercials. Nobody talks about these things no more. They're not selling. The store shelves are full. This is going to be a push to reintroduce Bratz dolls, and I just don't think it's going to work. I think Barbie has that market cornered. Okay, let's go into the next article here. And this is the next kind of movie she selected for herself, and it has why don't you read the headline really quick?
From The Hollywood Reporter, Kim Kardashian plays hardball divorce lawyer in Ryan Murphy's All's Fair legal drama trailer. There's no amicable splits from this all-female Hollywood law firm in Hulu's sexy procedural teased at Disney's Upfront, set to debut this fall.
And yeah, I did watch the trailer for this, and it looked horrible. It was girl boss. This thing would have hit maybe 10 years ago when feminism girl boss was in its prime. Right now, like I said, the culture is changing. There is going to be a backlash, not only on this series, but I think the subject matter of this series and Kim Kardashian being in it. And really, this is the series that really links her with feminism. As we go into the next story, it links her even further. Let's read a little bit about it.
So Kim Kardashian plays a powerhouse divorce lawyer running an all-female law firm alongside Naomi Watts.
One moment. And she's pulling a Vladimir Zelensky here. He played a president on TV, and then he became the president of Ukraine. She got a degree as a lawyer. She hasn't passed the bar exam yet, and now she's going to play one on TV, so people actually believe her if she has to go into her fallback career. Her fallback career may become her primary career because she's not making good movie selections.
And Niecy Nash bets in the trailer for Ryan Murphy's All's Fair legal drama, which dropped on Tuesday. The series, to be teased at Disney's Upfront's presentation on Tuesday, portrays women helping women to leave their cheating scoundrel husbands. As for in-your-face Glenn Close in the role of Diana Standish tells a client at one point in the trailer, "Get mad, get hot, get revenge."
Yeah, this is a man-hating movie, and with the society really moving back towards masculinity and really starting to embrace masculinity because they're absolutely tired of feminism being shoved down their throat, especially by Hollywood. This is a bad choice. This leans into feminism girl boss as heavy-handed as I have ever seen. This I don't think is going to work for the modern audience. It may have a specific demographic, but this specific demographic isn't going to be the masses.
And yesterday, Pop Culture Crisis had a good point that, Ryan Murphy, the producer, would never do, but it would have been more interesting if it was an all-female lawyer firm, but they defended only men. That would have been a
twist, and it would have hit where the culture's at. This was obviously put in production, and the idea was done during the woke era or the progressive era, and now they're just having to salvage it and go all the way through with the project. Problem is the backlash just keeps building for this type of cinema. And that being said, if you compared this to the Bratz movie, the Bratz is feminism aimed towards children. This is feminism aimed towards the girl boss or the traditional model. Okay, let's go into the next story, and it's not her next movie role. It's actually what's gonna, I think, get her canceled more than anything, and she keeps voicing her political opinions and things like this, and this isn't the first time. We'll talk a little bit about it, but she's voicing her political opinions along with other stars like Eva Longoria, and then she's teaming up with Eva Longoria in her next film or TV series. And I think they were going to kind of use this to maybe promote that. But I think if they're smart, they'll realize don't talk politics, don't attach the fact that you guys were political buddies and fighting against Trump in order to promote their next film. Let's go a little bit into this.
So Kim Kardashian and Eva Longoria speak out against immigration raids as celebs slam Trump protests everywhere. As tensions rise, Hollywood's elite are using their voices to call for compassion, accountability, and action, making it clear they will not stay silent. This is from Standard.Code.
Yeah, and this is a non-political show. My political opinions I do share at night on our 9:15 Central show, Nat and The Guy Live. For this, I'm just more interested in the fact that anytime a star is really voicing their political opinions now, people don't want politics mixed with Hollywood anymore. We're seeing the backlash against Pedro Pascal. We've seen the backlash against Rachel Zegler. There are countless Hollywood stars that are crashing and burning because they're unable to separate politics from who they are, and they just have to use their star power to try to influence the political sphere. Okay, let's go a little bit into the article. I don't want to go too much into this one because I'm trying to stay away from politics, but it definitely has to do with the direction of Kim Kardashian's career and what could bring on a major cancellation.
So Kim Kardashian and Eva Longoria are among a wave of celebrities publicly condemning recent immigration and customs enforcement ICE raids in Los Angeles and President Donald Trump's decision to send in military forces to suppress protests. Taking to Instagram, Kardashian wrote, "When we're told that ICE exists to keep our country safe and remove violent criminals, great. But when we witness innocent, hardworking people being ripped from their families in inhumane ways, we have to speak up. We have to do what's right."
Okay, and let's kind of stop it there. Now, Kim Kardashian was smarter than Eva Longoria. Eva Longoria put out a full video on social media, which didn't play too well. Oh, actually, we have it right here. Why don't we play that? I didn't realize this was in the article. And this is a lot of misinformation, and we go into what's actually going on with these raids and deportations on our night show, but let's just watch the video real quick here.
Let's see if it lets me play it. So if it doesn't, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. I wanted to get on here and finally compose myself to do a message because of everything that's happening with the mass deportations. Every time I try to record a message, I just start crying, and then I don't want it to be about me and my emotions about it, but it's just so inhumane, hard to watch. It's hard to witness from afar. I can't imagine what it's like to be in Los Angeles right now. I can't believe it's happening in Austin, Texas. I can't believe it's happening all over the country. And the comments and people's reactions to it is really so surprising to me, because it is un-American. We all can agree nobody wants criminals in our country. Nobody wants rapists, nobody wants drug dealers, nobody wants bad actors in our country. That's not what's happening. These round up.
And that kind of is exactly what's happening. I'll go into it extremely quickly just so we don't fall victim to this propaganda. But Donald Trump so far has a list online that you can view of everybody he's deporting, their criminal charges, things like this. It's around 137,000 at this point. In his first term, he deported 1.4 million, which is by far the least any modern president has ever deported. I talk a lot about this on my night show, so I know the statistics by heart, but let's start with Bill Clinton. He was the most. He deported over 12.5 million immigrants in his 2 terms in office. After him, we had George Bush, who did 10.5 million immigrants deported. After him, we had Barack Obama, who did 5.5 million. Then we had Joe Biden, who also did around 5 million. And then we had Trump's first term, which was 1.5 million. Of all those presidents, who had the best reputation was Bill Clinton, and he did the most with 12.5 million deportations. And a lot of those deportations were normal citizens. Of all the presidents, Trump knows the narrative, and he really wants to try to control the narrative. That's why he's making sure a lot of this stuff is transparent, and he's releasing the criminal records and the identities of the people he is deporting. Okay, let's continue to go with the next article here, and this is her final selection, and it has to do with Eva Longoria, who we just seen there. She's going to be the director or producer of this next one, I believe.
So from Deadline, Kim Kardashian, Paula Pell Netflix comedy The Fifth Wheel taps Eva Longoria to direct, Gloria Sanchez to produce.
Okay, and we can see what's going on here just by the headlines. They're trying to tick boxes and say female, 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 female director, female producer, female this, female cast, female everything. And people are kind of tired of this, and Hollywood loves to fund this. The government even loves to fund this because there is a ton of, what do you call it?
DEI?
No, a ton of funding.
Funding? USAID?
No. There's specialized funding, grants. There's plenty of grant money for anything that involves all female anything these days. Okay, let's go into this.
The Netflix pick The Fifth Wheel from Kim Kardashian and screenwriter Paula Pell is adding even more star power, as sources tell Deadline that Eva Longoria is set to direct, with Gloria Sanchez coming on as producers of the comedy. Kardashian is on board to star from a script by Pell and Jenny Brito. Both Kardashian and Pell are producing along with Jessica Alba and Will Ferrell through their Gloria Sanchez banner, as well as Chris Abrego and Longoria's High.
And we can see what's happening here with the 3 films. The one's Feminism for Children, the other one's Feminism Hardcore for Girl Boss, and this is Feminism Light, sold through comedy. So she is really betting everything she has. I believe this one isn't due out till 2027, maybe early 2028. So she's really picking feminist roles for the next 3 years, and we could see the slow unwinding of Kim Kardashian here. It's going to be very interesting. Even if things do go wrong for her, though, she does have the secondary option of becoming a lawyer, which she recently graduated law school with.